he wrote that or not, or whether he had a part in writing that, that script was already done. It was ready to be filmed, okay? They had a budget already and people attached to a studio. This guy telling you this, he's blowing smoke up your ass, okay? I mean, I'm telling you this because a lot of these kids, like we had an email a while back. Some kid wrote to us and said, hey, do you know anybody at Warner Brothers? Because I have an idea and I want to talk to them. I was like, obviously. You have no idea how this works. Oh, I mean, really, I'm flattered that you can think I can just call Warner Brothers and say, I want to speak to the head guy here and just pitch some script from some kid who I don't even know. Yeah. Will you take a look at this? But so there's a lot of kids on here who just have no idea.
They have no clue. They're clueless.
So
it's not your fault. Yeah. It's not your fault.
And this guy, apparently, I think he said he's 21. He's from Guatemala. Look, man, Los Angeles and Hollywood, they don't work that way, okay?
They do not, Unfortunately, they do not. I mean, but hey, somebody eventually saw your script and they liked it.
Yeah.
So, hey, take that for what it's worth. But, but you know what? The smart thing is, if you're worried about people stealing your shit, number one, don't put it on the internet.
Yeah.
Do not put it on the internet.
Don't put it out there.
Do not put it out there because anyone will take it. They can change a few names, few words, but regardless of what you have on the internet, people aren't looking for that. They're looking for documentation they can see in front of their face. Yeah. They want a piece of paper with your name, copyright, whatever. And just because you can say, hey, I have it on the internet, that could have been created at any time. There's a lot of things. Let's say if you, any crazy reason you take that to court, they don't bring in a laptop and go, hey, look, this guy created this, look at the date, whatever. They don't do that.
No. I mean, and on top of that, I mean, if you put your idea out there, there's been plenty. There are I would say there are thousands upon thousands of stories of people who have submitted an idea, copyrighted and everything, and that shit's been changed enough to where they stole your idea, but they won't get sued. I can tell you firsthand, I worked at a company with a guy that's actually going to start doing some work for us now. One of the most creative guys that I know. I feel bad for him because you can't prove it. Yeah, but you can almost say that this happened. This friend of mine, he had an idea for a video game and a TV series called First Daughter. Now the studio I was working at the time, well, it was a game studio. And they did a lot of educational software and whatnot. And this was the first foray into making like a console game. I'm talking about a console game like for PlayStation at the time. At the time, it was PlayStation. So, First Daughter was about a girl who was a spy, and her dad was president, but he didn't know that his daughter was going out and solving all kind of crimes and espionage and stuff like that.
A detective,
sort of a detective, yes. Yeah. So one of the people that was interested in this property was Disney. Oh, now he submitted it to Disney. Went and did meetings with Disney, sat down and talked to people face to face. After a while, never heard back from him. Nothing happened with that. Oh, now, what happened I would say a few months later, maybe a year later.
Nancy Drew was created?
No. Kim Possible.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Now, it can't be proven that script had anything to do with Kim Possible being made. But there were a lot of similarities.
Oh yeah,
and it's kind of
it happens.
It happens.
Hey, think about all those movies like Armageddon and the other
with Morgan Freeman as the president.
Yeah.
God damn, what was that called? Yeah, I can't remember what it was called either.
It was so memorable.
I like that movie. So you like Armageddon better than other movies.
I liked it better than Armageddon.
Oh, do you like it better than? Okay, I thought you.
I liked it better than it, even though Armageddon was like the Super Friends of movies, which is crazy.
No, Armageddon was insane. I don't like Armageddon, but I can see the appeal of it.
Damn,
I know Carlisle loved Armageddon, but the other movie with Morgan Freeman as the president, I remember. Yeah, you have this happens. This happens all the time. Yeah. When a volcano movie comes out, you got another volcano.
There were two volcano movies.
Yeah, Dante's Peak and Volcano.
Yeah, right.
And then you had this movie Armageddon, and then you had the other one. Jesus Christ, I wish I knew that. It's an easy name. People you're gonna correct us. So we know
up. Come on.
Yeah, we're all fucked up right now. But this happens all the time. Projects get made on the similarity of another project. Yeah. So basically, my man, what I'm trying to tell you is that even if you say your material is copyrighted, somebody could take it. But the fact that this guy even asked you, that's sort of good, and it should be a lesson as to not put your stuff out there like that.
Do not do that. Yeah.
And let me tell you something. This particular guy right here, Ask him what his credentials are. Ask him if you can find some information about him on the internet, and that way you can see what he's attached to. You can research shit if people really want you to.
It's really easy. Somebody telling you that he was responsible for Jurassic Park. Look his ass up on IMDb.
Yeah, it's that easy, man.
It is that easy. Look him up on IMDb. Mm-hmm. His name will be there, and if it's not, don't trust his
If you sold Jurassic Park, you would be listed as a producer.
You're going to be listed as something, yeah. And if you don't see it, quit talking to this guy. And be internet smart, please. Yeah.
And really, if they were that interested in you, you know what they do in Hollywood? When they're interested in you, they fly you out.
They fly you out. Yes, that's
I can tell you that firsthand. They fly you out and talk to you face to face, or they come and see you.
Because you know what? If somebody sees a script that great to where they feel like, oh, shit, we got to get this, they're going to do their best to make sure that, you belong to them.
You know what happened with this site? I mean, this is even Hollywood.
Yeah.
This is business. Yeah. All right. With this site, business. When somebody said, hey, I'm interested in what you're doing, the first thing they said was, hey, we want to fly you up and talk to you. People do that. They don't talk to you over the internet. Yeah. They don't talk business over the internet.
No.
And if this guy's asking you questions, are you copyrighted? That's already he's sizing you up, man.
Yeah.
So, fuck that. No,
be smart. Be smart about it.
Look him up. See if he's legit. Maybe there's some screwy business going on with this guy. Mm-hmm. I say it's worth looking into, but I can almost guarantee you're getting ripped, man. This guy has nothing to do with Titanic.
There are plenty of con artists. Hey, I've known people that have been conned. They have the wildest stories. They hang out with so and so actor. Mm-hmm. They've hung out with so and so director. They've been on this set. They make things happen. Spend money. Hey, give me money in order to make you money. You gotta be careful, man. Those guys, they're a dime a dozen, and they're out there looking for people like you, who are hoping that they'll get something out of you, as far as giving you a realization of hope.
Exactly. No, they're not going to just string you along. They're going to and they will. No, let me change that. They will string you along, but they won't do this all over the internet. I have a friend of mine who actually won a screenwriting contest, and one of the people that was interested in the movie was a woman who helped produce. What was that movie with Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx? Collateral. Yeah, she was one of the producers. Wow. She was one of the producers on Collateral. Mm-hmm. This guy. Okay, just to show you how it works. Mm-hmm. This guy didn't get a call. He didn't get some emails over the internet. He got flown out a couple of times to hang out with this person, and it didn't even happen.
Wow.
And they kind of strung him along saying, yeah, we're thinking about it. And that's what they'll do in Hollywood. They'll tell you that there's a possibility of making it. Right. But if they have any serious intention of doing it, they will coddle you a little bit. Mm-hmm. They will bring you out, have dinner, talk to you. And then you'll either hear from them or you won't.
Yeah.
But all this internet correspondence shit, fuck that, man.
Why?
I would say just do a little research and expect to be screwed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and leave this shit alone as quickly as you can.
Don't a lot of people get screwed. A lot of writers are always getting screwed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you just got to honestly with this business. I mean, people don't get rich by being honest. Mm-hmm. All right, you got to think about that.
Yeah, and they prey on people. The internet is one of the easiest things today to prey on people with.
Oh yeah,
it is so easy. Mm-hmm. And man, let me tell you something. I can tell you how this guy feels right now. Mm-hmm. This guy Kessler, he's asking us, hoping that we're going to give him the answer that he wants to hear.
Yeah.
He's hoping that we're going to say, "Really? Well, somebody in Los Angeles is interested in you?
Right?
Oh man, this guy's great. Jump on this. This is a great opportunity." Mm-hmm. No, man, it's going to be the opposite.
It is. And the thing is, I mean, like I said, number one, don't put your material. If you're worried about people stealing your shit, don't have it on the internet, man. I mean, there are ways.
Even copyrighted, don't do it.
Yeah, you just don't do that, and do your research. Honestly, you have the guy's name if it's a legitimate person.
If it's a legitimate name, yeah.
Look him up. Do your own research. Call some people. Hey. Call some. Well, not that that's gonna help. There's
who's this guy gonna call? Come on, what's
call?
This guy's in Guatemala. What the fuck is he gonna call?
Do they have phones in Guatemala?
We gonna call Batman?
Are they talking to Vine? Are they sending out smoke signals, Corey?
I like call somebody. Who the fuck is he gonna call?
Once Batman takes over that country, don't worry. Yeah,
dude,
Mr. Fox will come in with all his technology.
Hey, look, I'm a little drunk right now, but listen, as much as this guy's trying to probably con you over the internet. I don't know this guy. Maybe he's not. As much as he probably is trying to con you, the internet is in your favor too.
It is.
And like I said, the internet allows you to do research. And if you can't find anything on this guy, if you are involved with Jurassic Park and Titanic, you better have a website dedicated to your ass. I mean, you better at least appear on IMDb.
Yeah. Hey, there are plenty of
highest grossing movie of all time.
Exactly. I know. This guy what's the WB the Warner Brothers producer, he produced Matrix. What's the guy?
Joe Silver?
Joe Silver.
Yeah.
That guy is like a titan of producers. You know that guy's fucking. I mean, even if you've never seen him, you know his name. You've heard his name.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy should be as big as him.
Yeah.
You know, unless
you sold Jurassic Park and Titanic.
Yeah. Unless he's just incredibly modest. The people like that don't exist.
And if if your name is like Schlecky Emelstein, I mean, you don't know that name. The chances are,
just be happy somebody recognized your work. That's nice and all, but you know what? Be smart about it. Do your research, kid. Do your research. And hey, maybe someday we'll see your name on the big credits on the big screen. All right,
but not now because what's going to happen
not right
to you?
now because you got to be careful, man. This guy, this guy might want just a piece of ass. Who knows? You never know.
Yeah, this guy might be a child molester.
Exactly.
He might tell me 21 years old. He might think he has
be smart.
Yeah, you might be working as a cabana boy at his pool.
Once we get huge, maybe we'll buy you.
Hey, yeah, we'll be legitimate. Yeah, the names of Corey and co-host after this. You can trust us.
Yes.
We'll give you $5 for your script.
We'll be Lionsgate Jr.
we'll be Cougar Gate.
We'll have Monday midnight screenings of all our films. Well, we'll open up our movies on Monday midnight screenings. Yeah.
All our films are shot on DV.
Cheap for us, cheap for you.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll give out coupons.
Hey, you know
for
what?
movies.
Here's what we do. We'll buy your script for $5. We'll make the movie for $10. Me and co-host, we'll play all the roles.
Yeah, we'll send a taxi to grab your ass. We'll have a meeting with you.
Yeah, we'll give you a meal voucher when you get on the plane to come to Texas. So, all right, man. You know what? I have one more email here.
One more.
Yeah. Do you want to leave or do you want to read one more?
No,
let's read one more. All right.
Why not?
Okay. This will be right up your alley too.
All right.
I know we're going long, people. We're having a good time. Fuck you if you ain't having a good time with us.
Turn it off.
Turn it off. We're having a great time.
Do everyone a favor. Turn it off.
Okay, so this is a guy.
Yeah.
Who? I mean, look, I'm not gonna read this whole thing from this dude. This is Did I even take this email?
Oh. Read it, Corey.
Maybe I didn't. It's from Z Gamer. Yeah. Z Gamer. Look, this dude wrote me a goddamn novel to ask one question.
Wow.
Do you think video game movies will ever be respected? I mean, he wrote me 5. I'm not lying. He wrote me 5.
Did he give you examples of movies that
he did.
Great?
He like Halo 3 and all that kind of shit. He went in and at the end of it, at the end of like 5 pages, he said, my question is.
Hey, Corey, I salute him.
I mean, and I told him, I said, look, man, he says, because I wrote him back and I said, damn, that was a long email. And he said, sorry. I was like, hey, look, man, you write as long as you want to. I may not read it all.
We responded, goddammit.
Yeah, at least we responded.
At least we responded. Like I said, Corey, I salute him.
Exactly. At least you can write. You're prolific.
You put your heart into that email, goddammit.
Yeah. And I respect that. Hey, but you know what, man? Look. It's just like comic book movies.
Yeah.
Comic books. Think how long comic books have been out.
That's true. Yeah.
Since what? I don't know. I'm trying to give history. I'm thinking about superhero comics. Yeah. We're talking about the 30s, man.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we're talking about the history of comics. We're talking about the 30s where we had comics come out, and it's just
I'm thinking about the caveman days, Corey.
Oh no, the etchings on the wall.
Etchings on the wall. Those are comic books.
I mean, one of those etchings had a guy wearing a cape.
Yeah.
No, come on. No, we're talking about as comics are today. I will tell you, I'm not as well versed on the history of comics as I should be. I know when the Comics Code came out that said comics actually had to be presentable material for children and whatnot. It had to, and
it was all due to those goddamn EC Comics.
And the EC Comics, man, the heart.
Damn them goddamn
people,
Tales from the
kids,
Crypt.
Kids. I know
Vault of Horror.
You probably saw Eerie and Creepy and all. I don't think Eerie and Creepy were they part of. I don't think they were part of EC Comics, but the Vault of Horror, weird science. What was it? Tales from the Crypt. Vault of Horror. Weird Tales.
Weird Tales. Yeah.
Kids, go back and read some of those comics. They got them in a collection. Those comics were coming out before the Comics Code came out, and those were some gruesome comics. Man.
Ray Bradbury wrote some of that.
And you had some great authors who wrote those.
Great authors. Taken very seriously.
Ray Bradbury wrote for Weird Tales, I think. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
And Weird Science. Yeah. Man, back then, I mean, you had comics that were pretty gruesome. I remember in Tales of the Crypt, they had one story that ended with a guy that was tied to a bell, like one of those giant bells. Yeah. And you think nothing of it, but really, if you think about it, what if a guy was tied to a bell and he had to slam up against the walls of the bell? And at the end of that story, they said at first you heard the dong, and then later you just heard squish, like the guy was crushed from hitting the. Oh my God, that was some disturbing shit, man. And so they brought across the Comics Code, which said they had to be presentable material for kids, and that included superhero comics.
Yeah,
Batman and Robin were considered to be a homosexual couple.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, and I'm not kidding. They said you got to.
Everyone knows Batman would never do that.
Yeah. Or do we? But so what we have here is like comics have just now today. I mean, come on, man. We have never had a movie like The Dark Knight.
Right.
We had never.
Well, you think about the generation.
As far as superhero comics go.
Superheroes, You think about the generation that was reading those comics where, they were being laughed at as kids for reading that shit. And they're like, well, you know what? I see depth in these characters. I see something about this that, it struck a chord in people, obviously. And it struck a chord in me. And, hey, thank God Warner Brothers found a guy that said, you know what?
I'm going to do this right.
I want to really do this right.
Yeah.
And I have a lot, and he didn't go out and prance around Hollywood and go, people, I'm going to make the greatest Batman film ever. No. It was completely under the radar. Some guy who just knew how to make fucking films.
He wasn't even like a huge comic fan.
No, he wasn't. He was like, you know what, there's something about this character and about some of these books I've read that really tapped into my psyche and what I enjoy about him.
Yeah.
And he made a film about it, and goddamn.
And look how long. With your horror comics from back in the day, from the 50s, they led up to some more mature stuff. Like we have Creepshow because of that. One of my favorite movies.
Oh yes,
we have Creepshow. We have the
George Romero classic, a George Romero Stephen King
classic.
That
movie is awesome.
Film. Go. If you haven't seen that film, see it.
It's like
it is this week or this weekend, and invite a bunch of friends. That movie still holds up. It's a party film.
It is.
Jesus Christ.
I love that. That's one of my favorite movies. Creepshow.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, goddamn. And kids, let me tell you something. Creepshow is one of those movies. It is a comic book movie.
Oh, yeah.
But it is not a superhero comic, but it is a comic book movie that has been, it is a more mature movie. Yeah. We have Tales from the Dark Side that was influenced by EC Comics. We have Tales from the Crypt.
Yep.
We even have some Tales from the Crypt movies that were influenced.
Tales from the Crypt that were all those stories are all from the Tales
but
of the
superhero
Crypt
movies, we never got to the adult material that we have right now. I mean, as far as superheroes goes, maybe Blade, but Blade is a vampire hunter. We're talking about the Cape
Blade
Crusaders.
was a very obscure comic book that by accident somebody made a great film out of. And but it kind of did lead the way. As
Blade
far as, I will give Blade complete credit. Blade came out around the same time as Matrix, and I tell you what, when I saw Blade and then I saw the Matrix, I was like, wow, it's like somebody watched Blade or something. I don't know what happened, but maybe it's by accident. But Blade really impressed the hell out of me.
Let me tell you something. Blade, a lot of people they undercredit Blade.
They do.
Blade is the movie that brought in, as a superhero comic, brought in this new age of comics that are taken very seriously.
Oh, yeah.
People say Batman, but Blade was like rated R.
Oh, yeah. Blade was rated R, and Blade was a Marvel
It was a Marvel superhero.
And it made
Tomb of Dracula is where he first premiered.
And it made me pay attention to Marvel movies, because now when I see that Marvel credit at the beginning, I always think about Blade.
And Punisher. I mean, let's not forget Punisher was started in Spider-Man. Yeah, like you got some hardcore characters who were started in like some of your mainstream superhero comics or some of the offshoot of comics from Marvel and DC.
Yeah.
And so with video games, lead up to video games right now, you're going to see the same thing, man. I mean, we've had so many years now of video games being the equivalent of a mature title, a rated R movie. Yeah. And we've already had some of those movies being made. Resident Evil was a rated R movie.
Max Payne's
We'll
see what happens with that.
Yeah, but we've had some rated R movies come out based on video games.
Silent Hill.
Silent Hill was rated R. And Silent Hill is actually not bad as far as the mood.
No, you know
it's
what?
It's not a great movie. But
as much as I like to say it's not a great movie, there are some moments on there. There's some moments in that film that are genuinely kind of creepy.
Yeah. And let me tell you,
honestly, I like to watch that movie again because there are some moments that I just love the mood of that film.
I'm a huge fan of the Silent Hill series.
Silent Hill is great. Yeah. I put that second to Resident Evil. I love the Resident Evil games. I love playing them. Actually, Corey, tonight, we're playing. We're playing.
We're going to play Resident Evil 4 after we're done.
Resident Evil 4 on the Wii.
On the Wii.
With interactive
projected through your eyeballs.
That's right.
But man, something. The thing is with Resident Evil, that was a jump scare kind of movie.
Yeah.
Or even a video game. It was a jump scare and it was fun.
Yeah.
But Silent Hill, the first one, for all the crude graphics and everything, that game fucked me up.
It was genuinely creepy.
And it had a really creepy soundtrack. I couldn't sleep at night sometimes thinking about that. And they did and that movie took some things from Silent Hill 2, the game, where they mimicked that game spot on, man. I still don't think it was a great movie, but you can see the progression. Look, basically what we're trying to say is that it took a long time for comic book movies to mature.
It did.
You have a whole different age of people coming up like me who grew up on video games, and I know the potential for them. They're not just kids things anymore. They're for adults too. And it's only a matter of time before you get a director like Christopher Nolan who comes in and says, you know something? Yeah, you're telling me this is a video game. Fuck that. This is a great story.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make a good movie. You want me to just turn this out quick? No. I'm going to make this a really great movie. Yeah. And I will tell you, it hasn't been done yet. It has not.
No, it hasn't. And the thing is, whenever that happens, I almost guarantee you that director's not even going to come in trying to say, hey, I get this game. I feel this game. I know what this game's about, and I know how to put it on film. It's going to completely happen by accident. It's just going to be some guy we probably never even heard of going, hey, you know what? I want to turn this game into a film. You guys mind? I'm going to hire these actors, and I got this crew. I'm ready to do this.
Yeah, that's the way it happens.
Completely go under the radar, and then when it comes out, it's going to strike a chord in people, and boom, that movie is going to be. They're going to be saying this is the Batman Begins of goddamn arcade games or video game movies, period.
Because it doesn't take somebody, you're right, it doesn't take somebody who knows the game. It doesn't take somebody who knows the comic book. It doesn't take somebody who knows the genre like an action film, like taking the Pelham 1, 2, 3. It takes somebody who says, I see the good story in this. I also see what the fans like.
Yeah.
Take somebody like Jon Favreau. He says, you know what? I need to know what the fans like. But at the same time, I'm not just going to go out and make a fan film because these fuckers don't even know what they want half the time. No. I have to reserve a little bit of myself in there to make a good film. Yeah. And that's what you're going to get with a video game movie. Yeah. And they'll know the balance. Yeah. And it's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Give it time.
Like I said, it's going to be under the radar. That guy is not – you're not even going to hear that guy in interviews going, this is what I knew.
Exactly.
He's just going to – I'm just making a movie. I'm sorry. I'm just making a movie.
And he's done his research.
And he knows his shit. And the guy's just a goddamn genius. Like I said, like Christopher Nolan – how many interviews have you read where he's like, "This is what I want. This is what the people want"? No, he's very just.
He knows.
I'm just making a movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take that director who knows the right balance. He's going to say, "Look, I know when to draw the line. I know when to look at the source material and see what works."
Yeah.
But you know something, man? All you fans, I'm going to upset you. I'm going to piss you off. But it's not you because you want crazy shit. Okay, it's not the fans. It's somebody who goes in and sees what made the game work or what made the comic book work or what made the genre work.
Something personal in them that strikes a chord.
It's not the fans.
And they feel, it's just when you feel like when you make something, when you create something, you're just doing it.
Yeah.
Because you have to. You have to do this. You're not doing it to please anyone. It's just it has to be done.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to happen.
And that's exactly
what's going to happen.
Yeah. Are you fans out there?
They're not going to jerk off everybody going, I'm making this for the fans because the fans. No, bullshit.
I mean, whatever resonated with the fans, it resonated because it wasn't because of you exactly. It was because there was a good story there, or there was something some strong character development. It wasn't because of you.
Yes.
I hate to bust your bubble, fans, but it's not because of you.
No, you're right.
It's because of you that Snakes on a Plane was great to watch in the theater with an audience, but it's because it was a stupid ass movie too.
It was, yeah.
I'm sorry. I mean, I hate to give you guys. I mean, you're gonna hate me for this, but it's not because of you.
I don't hate you.
Yeah, I know you, but you know what I'm saying.
Not right now.
Yeah, but wait till later. Yeah, wait till we playing Wii.
Yeah.
But so basically, man, what we're saying is, I know we've been bullshitting, but just give it time. It's going to happen.
It will.
Things progress, and it takes that one person to realize, like, this is a mature medium. There is a great story here, and I'm not just going to make some bullshit.
Corey, think about how old you are, and I mean, aren't you glad to be alive in the day where somebody did a fucking Batman movie right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see that. I'm glad to see there's some science fiction movies that were done right. I'm glad to see there's some action movies that were done right. And I mean, you eventually, you stay alive long enough and you see where people worked in a certain category or genre where people just wrote it off. And then you had that one person that said, I know how to do this.
Yeah.
And that's what you're going to see with video games.
Yep.
So
it's going to happen. That's it. Don't worry. Don't worry, kids.
Last email, and this will be quick. What were some of your what are some of the worst animated movies you've seen?
All of them.
Yeah, including Spill.com.
I'm still waiting for my Batman Begins of animated movies.
The one that comes to mind right off the bat is 8 Crazy Nights. That was the most recent one that I saw. That was terrible.
I never saw that. Wow.
And that's from Hayden. Do you know of any bad animated movies that you've seen?
Wow. I know there's some forgettable ones, but they're forgettable for a reason because I don't remember them.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
so
crazy.
There you go. Answer that real quick. So there you go, people.
They're out there. Don't worry. There's plenty of them.
Exactly.
Just go look for any DVD box with some animation on it that you never even heard of. That was it.
There's a lot of them out there, but we forgot them for a reason.
Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah, 8 Crazy Nights is one that I can remember being terrible, and that's the Adam Sandler movie.
That's a great
about the
question
Jewish holiday.
because I'm actually stumped. Yeah,
I know there's some that I've seen.
There's a few,
and they're mostly children's films. But yeah,
they are.
So anyway, we answered that real quick. All right, you know what? Let's go ahead and get out of here because I know we've gone on really long right now.
No, hold on, Corey.
What?
Before, you remember that picture I told you about?
What, from High School Musical 2? What's the chick's name?
Vanessa Hudgens.
Yeah, let me see.
Hugginson?
You found the pictures?
Here you go. Are you ready? Here.
Oh my!
Look at that!
God!
That is a work of beauty. Thank Batman for that work of art.
God, man.
You got to call up her parents and thank her parents. You never seen that before?
I've never seen that, you dirty son of a bitch.
This was the picture that, she put up. I don't know who took it.
She didn't put that up.
Well, she was awesome enough to allow somebody to take a picture of her.
I can guarantee you, though, she didn't think that shit was going to end up on the internet.
Are you kidding?
How did shit like that end up on the internet?
Corey, come on. This girl was around during the Paris tapes. She was around during the Pamela Anderson tapes. Of course she knew this shit was going to get up.
If I'm looking at this, people, I'm sorry. I'm a pervert too. I'm sorry.
Beautiful. Look at that beautiful work. Now, okay, kids, there's a thing between being a pervert and then appreciating a beautiful body. And this
what's her name again?
Vanessa Hutchinson.
Vanessa. Hutchinson.
Yeah.
From High School Musical 2.
From High School Musical 2, yes.
I got the box right here.
There. Look at that credit. Yeah.
That girl right there.
That girl right there. Yes.
Oh my sweet Jesus!
Isn't she gorgeous?
Oh my God.
She apparently she came out with a CD too, but I don't think anybody gave a shit about that. But,
don't nobody want to hear her sing. Get naked. I mean, with that body.
I want to see her naked.
Oh my God.
She's gonna be a big star.
And she's dating that dork right there. There?
That dude better enjoy it while it lasts. That's all I gotta say.
That fucking ass.
Once Brad Pitt is tired of Angelina,
and he moves on to that, that's it. Yeah. It's all over. Even Brad Pitt at 50 years old could get that.
Yeah, but see, Corey,
God.
You see, do you want to watch?
You know what? Hey, co-host, looking at this picture.
Yeah.
This has left such an imprint burn on my brain that I can actually see that body on this girl in High School Musical. We're gonna play Resident Evil 4 and watch High School Musical.
Oh boy!
And then I'm gonna go home and do dirty things in myself.
Party night tonight. Well, as long as you go do whatever
I ain't doing it to you.
Don't do it here. No, I don't want to watch that.
I'll unplug you. How about that? Oh my God.
Please.
What's her name again so the people know?
Vanessa
Hutchinson.
Yeah.
Let me scan that picture bigger, man.
Here we go. Here we're scanning it up. Oh, beauty. Oh, man, you know what? This makes me want to make some music, Corey. Hold on. Here we go. Right, record it. Beauty. That's how I do it, Corey. And then here we go. It's ready.
You know what? That just ruined any kind of fantasy I had about this girl.
That? Come on, man.
Oh, get her. All right, people. As Coles plays us out, this has been a couple of cold ones tonight.
Yes.
It's been fun.
It's been fun. Hey,
co-host, you got to come back next week, man.
Corey,
we'll think about it.
I'll think about
it. People, we did a long cold ones because we wanted to give you something just in case it was the last one.
Yeah.
So we just want to say thank you.
Hey.
Thanks for requesting another one.
Yes, thank you. Hey, we're doing it for you guys because God knows that we all know people deserve more.
Oh, get out of here. All right. Good night, y'all.
All right. See ya.